Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome back to Shifting Mindset Live Show. We are so glad to have you again for our show, and we thank you for joining us. Woo! We are in October already. Where did the month go to? September felt like it came in and it went right back out. Where did the month? Just like that. Um, I just want to thank everyone that's coming in and joining. And we have a great topic. We have some speakers lined up for later in the month, and we're just ready to do and say what God would have for us to do in this journey and on this show. I just want to, those that are coming to watch the replay, if you would do me a favor and do hashtag replay, and you could advance to about 5-7 minutes, then we are definitely into the juicy part. So thank you so much for coming in. So I am just taking a moment here to let people know that we're on, and then we're going to get started. I'm just excited about what the Father is doing. I feel the change in the season and the change in the weather. And, there's just change all around us, right? All at one time, change all around us. And it's happening quickly and it's happening fast. And we must be prepared. And I tell you, I was having a conversation with a fellow minister, fellow apostle, and we were just talking, and it was just like, oh my goodness, you know what? This is really saying something. And that word just kept, you know how it is, you're talking with someone and that word just keeps going and flowing and flowing and flowing. And I tell you, that's exactly what happened. And so I just want to share a little bit of that word that came forth, and that is prepared for the overflow. Prepared for the overflow. Yeah, prepared for the overflow. I tell you, it's something how we can just be, always talking about the overflow, but being prepared for it. I know that's a whole nother area right there. And I just want to really take time and let us dive into that, and really looking for some feedback on this. It's going to be really, really good topic. Really, really good. Okay. So I'm just taking a moment here. And if you all would be so kind to give me a hello as you are coming in, and then we will go ahead and get started just like that. Let me see what else has been going on. Oh, so later this month, our next show, we're going to be getting into suffering in silence. Good evening, Cheryl. So good to have you this evening. Thank you so much. Our next show is going to be Suffering in Silence. And that show is just going to be, I really love this time of year when we get into that topic. So I'm not going to do a spoiler alert, but definitely join us. That one's in 2 weeks. So join us for that show. And I'm just tagging a few names if you all would help me out, and then we will go ahead and get rolling. Suffering in silence. So often people are just going through something and you would never know because they are suffering in silence. and it would appear, they have this smile and they go about life, and you'd be like, you look at them and they seem okay. And then later to find out that they were really going through some things. Yeah, we're going to deal with that topic. That one is coming up 2 weeks from today. So please join us. But tonight, we are talking about prepared for the overflow. Prepared for the overflow. Quite often, we 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 ask the Father to give us. We ask, for the blessings, and we ask, God, what are you doing in this season for us? And we're looking. And just as we are expecting him to come and to move, and he does, right? He comes in and he's blessing us. He's touching, he's intervening, and he's given us just what we asked for, right? Exceeding abundantly above all that we could ask or think. And the Father is coming in and doing it. I mean, just way further than what we could ask for. And as we are preparing, right? So the Father is doing that thing, and we keep saying, have our baskets out, be prepared, be ready, right? And we're like, Lord, when is my blessing coming? When is my change coming? When is my time coming? We keep asking God, when? And you know what? The Father has already prepared. He's already prepped. He's already gotten this thing off. He's already gotten it together just for us. All we have to do is to take and to just, press forward, continue moving forward, and we shall receive. And, keep our expectations high. Do not allow ourselves, do not allow doubt to overtake you. Do not allow fear to come in and deter you. Do not allow hesitation to take you out. All we have to do, and I know I'm making it sound easy, right? All you got to do is, and it's not always necessarily that simple, but there are, moments when we do need to encourage ourselves. There are moments and times when we have others that will come in and encourage us, and we have been encouragement to other people. Yes, but the Father is definitely moving um, on us, and He is doing such a great, mighty move. Amen. Bless you, Robert. Thank you so much for joining. And I just bless God just for this word He had given. It was talking about being prepared for the overflow. And so here in the DC area, um, we had, I don't know, it felt like a week of just rain. Oh, blessings, Denise. How you doing, my sister? God bless you. Appreciate you so much. And it was just rain. And it was just every day, all day, just a steady rain. And I tell you, when that rain came and it just kept coming and it just kept falling, and you would look and it was just damp and it was moist and it was cold, right? And we already are transitioning from, um, from the summer to the fall. So you already have the time changes happening. We've already walked into the new Hebraic year. So there are a lot of changes that are transitioning and happening back to back to back. But then I tell you this, just go with me for a second. This rain, and I mean it rained and rained and rained. And, it was just cloudy. And that cloudiness, right, it can affect your mood. And we were like, well, you look out, we like, is it still raining? And it looked like it wasn't raining. And you go outside and it is. But it was just like a drizzle or just a light rain. But I tell you, that rain was so saturating. The ground was fully, completely saturated, fully wet. Oh, I'm going somewhere with this thing tonight. What I'm telling you is that um, that abundance and that overflow that you have been seeking the Father for, it is there. And you know what? And it may feel like, right? So you have that abundance and it's there. And it was just so much. And if you are not ready for that much, if you are not ready for that abundance, if you are not ready for the overflow, it's like drowning in what, 3 feet of water. No, stand up. Do not drown in 3 feet of water. We must be prepared for the overflow that the Father has for us. And how do we do that? He will give us a strategy, He will give us exactly what it is that we need to do in order to properly disseminate what He has given us. And one thing that the Father will do is first, He'll make sure that we are taken care of. He will make sure, that's what I love, right? He will make sure that everything is taken care of for us. And once that happens, right, then there's the overflow. And then after that, yes, that's when we are then to help others and help others and spread it abroad. And as we are doing that, my goodness, that overflow, it can come up and it can happen so quickly that you're almost not ready for it. And you're like, okay, where do I put this? I'm telling you all, that rain came and it kept running and flowing and flowing and flowing. And you're like, what this, what? It's too much. If you are not able to handle the buckets and buckets and buckets, right? The baskets, and we talk about, get your baskets out, be prepared, be ready, get as many baskets as you can. Yes, do that. But we have to be prepared, right? We think about the widow and the prophet came and told her, look, you go get as many containers as you can. Sent her children out, her sons, and they went and they got and they came back and they shut the door and poured that oil. Let me tell you, the oil didn't run out. It was the pans that ran out. It was the containers. But she knew what to do. She had a plan for that overflow. She had a plan for the overflow. Do you have a plan in place? Has the Father given you a strategy already, right? We talk about we want to be this distribution center, and we talk about how, we want, this huge, huge building and all the big, big things that we want to do. But are we prepared for that? We must be prepared for that and have a plan in place. Oh my goodness, we have to be ready for that. Because what use is it to have such a huge building, right? And then you not prepared and it's empty. What good is it to have a distribution center and full of supplies if you don't have a way and a plan and a strategy to disseminate it out to the different warehouses, or the different stores, or the different people, etc., the different resellers? What good is it if you are not prepared for the overflow? We must be prepared for the overflow. My goodness. We talk about our cup running over, and but we must be ready for that overflow. The Father has so much in store for us, and a lot of this starts with what? The shifting of the mindsets. I know you see it. Shifting mindsets. Yes, we have to be ready in our mind. Quite often, we would allow the thoughts, or we would allow fear or those things to come and just deter, and allow fear to come in, because it starts in the mind. We have to get to the place to where we will not allow our mind stop us from advancing, stop us from obtaining, to keep us at a place of stagnation. No longer allow that to happen. No, you've been stagnant long enough. You've been there, more longer than anticipated, more, longer than you should have been. And it's time for you to get to that next place. God has so much more for you, and you have those goals to accomplish. So go forth and do it, and it shall be yours. Oh my goodness. Wow. Being prepared for the overflow is such a key thing, because we cannot allow it to come, because it comes in so quick and so fast. We can't allow it to come, right? It'll come in, and you don't want to drown in 3 feet of water. You gotta be ready to handle it, because if not, that's like giving $50 million to someone who doesn't know how to manage their money. Then what'll happen within a year? That they'll be down what, to $100,000 or $1 million, and a year later they're broke. No, that is not good use of the money. That is not having planning properly. We have to have a plan in place, be ready, have a strategy ready to go and to move forward, listening to what the Father is saying and being keen, and yes, we'll have our plan, we will have our strategy, but also listening to what the Holy Ghost as we are progressing forward. Because what I love is that, while we're progressing, he'll nudge you and say, oh, you know what? I need you to do this right here. I need you to take care of that. Yep, go over here. Call that person, do this, etc. Being led by the Spirit while you are progressing forward is essential. Ha! My goodness. Wow. Hey, look, I just wanted to come on and just share this word about being prepared for the overflow, because so much is happening so quickly, and it's happening back to back to back to back, and we must be ready for it. Because it's coming in. We don't want to miss. We don't have time to miss. We don't have time to go back. And we need to be ready to take it and grab it and press forward as what the Father would have for us to do. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I tell you, look, I didn't have a long word today. Just wanted to share that brief word that we must be prepared for the overflow, that the Father, he is, and it is en route unto us. I am Dr. LaShonne. Thank you for joining Shifting Mindset live show. Until next time, join us on October 20th at 7 p.m. And that show will be Suffering in Silence. Thanks again. All right. God bless.